Howdy everybody out there in land, TV land. How y'all doing out there today? Yeah, I've got chat open, but nobody's come on yet, I don't think. So we'll just keep working with it. And I'm having a little video issues here. It says I don't have optimal streaming right now. Except for, well, you want to tell me what optimal streaming is, except for 720p dots per inch. Yeah, 720 pixels, and it's not optimal apparently according to YouTube, but I got it, so I don't know what else to do. I shut down the stream and change it to something else and figure out what the optimal one is and all that kind of stuff, so just go with it for now. Hopefully it'll last and work okay. Yeah, that's what I had on before, so I don't know what the problem is anyway. Yeah, I've had a few issues last week with OBS and all the problems with that kind of thing. So there you go. That's what you get when you have computers, apparently. Issues, problems, especially on live stream where you're trying to get it going before get it set up and all that stuff. I'd basically take off OBS, reinstall it, because it had this crashing problem, or what did it have? I don't know what problem it had. Anyway, it had some kind of problem where it didn't want to work. So yeah, it froze up the whole computer system, I think, if I remember correctly what I was doing. So I had to, the only way to get it was to cold boot the whole thing. So there you go. So anyway, we have today we're going to take a look at Linux Lite, the OS that I found out. Now let me give you a little backstory on this so I can tell you why I'm doing a video on this now. I was kind of impressed by it to a large degree. In that I had this old computer. Oh, hold on. I'll get it real quick. Whoops. Had some things attached to it. Anyway, I have a screw here. Acer. And it's a old computer. It's like about over 10 years old. I don't remember exactly when I got it, but it's somewhere about 2011, 12, 10, 9, 8, something like that. It used to be my writing computer. It had Windows 7 on when it came. How old it is. It's kind of heavy a little bit, but yeah, you can see the little sticker on there. Windows 7 right there, a sticker. And this came with 2 gigs of memory. Probably pretty hot in that day, back in the days. The Intel DMA 4500 MHD 15.5 HD LED LCD screen, Intel Pentium T4500, 250 gigabyte hard drive, and DVD Super multi-DL drive, and this shows the Wi-Fi connector and all that kind of good stuff. It doesn't have Bluetooth though. No Bluetooth on this one. Just probably start putting Bluetooth on things. Wife's using it as her computer, but anyway, I installed Linux Mint on this first. I knew that would work for most things. You know, most things work just fine. But anyway, it's a little heavy, a little hefty. It's kind of thick. Yeah, that's how I made them back then. Thick and heavy. Spook. Anyway, my wife started school, so we had to get her computer to go on. So I had this old computer sitting there, and I put it on my laptop. I put Linux Mint on it first, and that seemed to work alright. It seemed to go. I mean, everything operated fine. But then when you watch the video for like say 45 minutes, the whole system just locked up at some point. Tried Fedora, I've tried Solus, I've tried Solus Mate basically, and tried all those distros that are supposed to be lighter. Yeah. I was getting ready to go try XFCE, Xubuntu, and Ubuntu, one of those two flavors, see if it worked better. Then I thought, well, let's do a search. I did some Googling, a little research, and I came across this one. It was recommended among Ubuntu and all the other ones. Recommended for older computers. Now, it kind of made me think about it when I said older computers. Well, this is an older computer. Maybe they actually install the video drivers and stuff that's needed for older computers, and they don't have those. So, I think with the HTML5 and all that kind of stuff, yeah, it may have preempted a lot of that, but they didn't have it back in those days. So, well, I'll give Linux Lite a try, see if that works or not. It did. Now it installs, you'll see some old programs on, but that's what you need for an older machine. You need older programs to go with them. So, yeah. And surprisingly enough, her college, Bellevue University, she's online active at. Bellevue's in Virginia, I think, if I remember correctly. It's kind of like pretty good. And I was afraid Firefox 1, because it installs Firefox version 1 on there. I was afraid that would have problems with it cooking on it. But it hasn't. It's been able to do everything. Videos play for a while on it. And it's Firefox version 1. Who'd thunk it, huh? Now, it's also got an older version of LibreOffice on it. So it doesn't have extensions. We're just trying to get an extension put on so she can get one of the language programs on there. So, but she can just use Grammarly and copy paste stuff or type it in Grammarly and copy it over, whatever you need to do for it. So it'll work for her. So she's using it so far. Now, yeah, it's for her to get I'm trying to get my other computer back for my daughter that had Windows installed on, and get it up and running for my wife's use at some point. So we'll work with it that way. Anyway, that's why I came across this Linux Lite distro, and it worked. Now we'll go over to the website and check it out, and we'll install it. While we're installing, we'll talk about other issues while it's installing, and then we'll go through the distro and see what it's got in it. Ready to roll? Yeah. Alright, let's go here. Let's see. First we'll go upper. We'll go upstairs, my other screen up here. This is my awesome window manager. I put a new background on it. For those of you who've seen the old background, you might go, wow, looks nice, doesn't it? It's actually a photo by NASA. I'm actually thinking of using this for a book cover. Sweet, huh? And so anyway, let's get over to here's Linux Lite's website. Fancy that, huh? You know, last time this came on with nothing going on, it said that it was. It looks like it's cooking. Except it's appears to be. This stream's excellent, but it's buffering. Great. Hi Steve, how you doing out there? It's buffering apparently, but so you may not be able to hear me. Okay. I'll change some OBS settings here. Yeah. Hold on here a minute. If anybody can hear this, I'm going to change some of the settings. Looks like I'm buffering on the other end. So I'm going to change, see if I can make sure my settings are correct. And all this good stuff, sorry for this delay, but that's how it goes when you're trying to stream, apparently. I don't know about this. I'm setting down 1,000 bit rate, so that helps. Okay. This shows a buffering on my end. And coming through fine, huh? Strained on this screen here on my YouTube Studio screen. It shows I'm buffering, but I guess if I'm doing good, it's doing good. Okay. We'll continue on. Soldier on then. Alright, so Linux Lite. So as I was saying before I was doing that, I came through and I was working on getting my wife's computer up and running. And the videos kept crashing the whole system, and so there you go. So I found this distro and it actually worked, and videos no longer crash system. But it's made for older computers, so that's the basic rundown on it, real quick. And so anyway, it says just toothpicks. Well, if it stay there, I'll read it, but build it into the apparent design. Now it's made Made basically, according to what they say here, made for older computers. Yep. Hi Explorer, how you doing? Good to see you. And yeah, so we're looking at Linux Lite here, and it's basically it's XFCE desktop basically. It's what they have on it, and it makes it look really nice. And my wife likes it actually, so I may just install it on another computer when I give it to her, because it's the way they say one of these. If you pause a moment, oh, you can do that. Anyway, the first one here says Linux Lite is the gateway operating system, your first fast, simple, and pre-stop in the world of Linux. It was designed for new users, basically, is what it's saying. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about it then. Steve says I see that a lot when I'm streaming, so I won't worry about it. So y'all say, hey, I can't, you're buffering or something like that. Y'all let me know, okay? So, because it looks like I'm buffering on my end, but I guess not. So, anyway, we have, yeah, so anyway, let's see, downloads are right here. And go download. And that's weird. Simple fast adding telecell system retro DVD for Intel/AMD. And you get your requirements down here. Now this is supposed to be more friendly for Windows users, but doesn't exactly mimic Windows, not like the other distro that we looked at a while back. I don't know what it was. Anyway, yeah. So it's got that. It's got also information, release announcements, blah blah blah. Desktop UI, kernel. See, it uses 5.4 kernel. And you finally get down here, current release. Okay. And then you can give them money if you want to, you can say 0 if you want to. And download Linux Lite. Click that button and away it goes. It'll download the ISO for you. Run on USB and you have your distro installed. Thanks for the confirmation, Explorer. And everybody says it looks good, so that's good. Anyway, you can tip them, you can give money in the upfront or whatever. You can download Linux Lite just for free, whatever you want to do in that regard. So, pretty good, and so that's what I did. I downloaded Linux Lite, put it on my watch screen. I should give them some money at some point. I'll do that later. I won't do it now, but we give them some money since I'm using it. I like to do that if I find a good distro that I like to use and stuff like that. So probably keep it on that machine just because it works on that machine pretty well. So at any rate, there's that. If I downloaded the ISO, I burned it on USB and stuck it on the computer. And we'll go over here now. Oh. We'll go in and start the installation process here. I'm giving it 2 gigabytes of memory, which is the same as that computer was. That'll give you an idea how it runs on older machines. And 1.5 gigabytes in disk space. It is. So it starts Linux Lite. And is it going to start? There he goes. Finally. As it loads up the live distro, live function of it. Yeah. Yeah, y'all have any computers out there? I have Linux Lite on the laptop in my family room that I've been showing family photos. Cool. That's good, Steve. So one person at least here knows about Linux Lite a bit and all that good stuff. That's good. Yeah, my wife's computer. I mean that computer. I'll show it to y'all guys too, since I showed it before y'all got here. I think I did. This is a computer my wife is using. Acer, big thick thing, heavy. It's over 10 years old. I don't remember when I got it exactly, but it was like 2008, somewhere in that vicinity, I think. And I don't know if you can see this, but it's got Windows 7 came on it. That tells you a little bit how old it is. And oops, I started it fast. I don't know. You can start this ID. It's gonna start up anyway. Okay, I'll edit. Anyway, yeah. So you can see it starting up right now. Oops. Windows 7 sticker right there. Pentium. It's got a well, I wish I put it in that button. It's a Pentium T4500 on it. Older one, but it worked at the time. It was quality. It came with 2 gigabytes of memory on it. All that good stuff. I expanded it to 3 gigabytes. Actually didn't make 4 gigabytes, but I didn't understand at the time that it had 1 gigabytes in there, so I bought two things on it. Okay, we're in Linux Lite here. While it boots up on this machine to boot. Okay, so it comes up with this whole install updates. Welcome to Linux Lite. Linux Lite is free for everyone to use and share, and suitable for people who are new to Linux or for people who want a lightweight environment. It is also fully functional. Linux Lite provides a basic collection of everyday tools: web browser or email client, media player, office suite, and image editor, and so on. To get the best possible start to using Linux Lite, browse through the information below. So yeah, there's information browse through and stuff to look at. We're gonna go with the install now on this deal. Yeah, just to show you what I got on this background that I got on the slide here. Yeah, I got roses for my wife. She always likes roses a lot. So I'm gonna show this to shut down and then to start up. Yeah. So anyway, we'll get back over here and we'll get this installed going here. Now we got rid of that computer for a while. So we install now. Loading. And we're going to English. Now the only thing that this didn't do very good, if I remember correctly, I didn't find where I was at that easy. Did figure out I was in English though, somehow. Probably default one they pick. Oh, congratulations, Steve, 32nd anniversary. We had this year back in May 15th, we had our 39th anniversary. Yeah, that's right, 39th anniversary. Next year's a 40th. Woohoo. So you're not too far behind me. Alright. So English I am. Yep. And I do have English US keyboard, yeah. I wonder if it's going slower because I only got 2 gigs of memory. So I always install third-party software on this graphics, just especially if you want to make sure it works for your Wi-Fi. Yeah. Yeah, video problems. I was wondering if maybe this might have been part of the fix to it. Linux Mint installs third-party software too, so I don't know if that has total fix to it, but I think it's an older program they installed. So we're going to erase disk install Linux. Now you could do something else if you wanted to. If you wanted to resize partitions yourself or choose multiple partitions for Linux, like you wanted a other thing like that. Advanced features. Let's see what they got here. None. Use LVM with new Linux installation, and it gives you the option to encrypt it. This is experimental. Erase disk and use ZFS. It must be a thing. We're gonna leave it none right now. This is just I might have even think about encrypting it if I thought it was an issue, but it's just a virtual machine. I'm going to delete it probably as soon as I'm done with it, or shortly after, or whatever. So there's what it's going to do to your partitions. It's going to create looks like it's going to create either CFI or something. I don't know. It does EFI on the spot anyway. UIF or whatever. I think it does, but continue. Denver, yep. I'm in Mountain Time Zone. Some other one that couldn't find me where I was at. I thought it was something odd, a little bit odd or strange about this. Okay. We'll call this a non-Linux guy. We'll call this my Acer. Password. And GTIC is long complicated password. And requires login, yeah. Like that. And then it should give us a summary of what it's going to do, and then it'll install unless it installs right off the bat. Yeah, it's going to install. It's already copying files over there. Probably been doing that while I was doing all the other stuff. So, yeah, for the first time. Older and newer hardware. And I don't know, I guess you can maybe install, I don't know if you can update Firefox to a more recent version if you have it on, like, I've installed on this computer or something. I don't know if you can update it to a more recent version. Have you done that yet, Steve? Tried to update Firefox to a more recent version than what? Or is it on an older computer on yours too? Probably don't want to do that if it's on an older computer. But yeah, probably a way to where you can get that. Because I installed it on that laptop's virtual machine first time. It seemed like it just kind of still installed Firefox 1.0 on it instead of the later version or something like that. I was hoping maybe it's so smart it detected that it's on an older computer and stuff like that. Okay, Sarah. So at any rate, that's copying files and it'll install them and all that good stuff. So while I was doing that, I thought we'd talk about a couple other things. One is I'm going to get me a new computer. Yay! Yay! Computer. Yeah, it's actually probably one of the most expensive computers I've bought for a long time, except maybe my first desktop. First desktop was like $800, something like that. It's even more expensive than that. $800 is a lot of money back when I was in seminary, struggling to get by, scraping the barrel and all that kind of stuff. Excuse me. But anyway, when I was in seminary and struggling to get by, I bought this. My first computer is like an old 20 megabyte computer, hard drive on it. I thought I had tons of room on there at the time. Now, one little file, what I have on here, will probably download rate would max that out. But anyway, I'm buying a framework laptop, which is pretty cool. I'm actually waiting. It hasn't shipped yet. It's supposed to ship here pretty soon, next few days, and I'll get it. And when I get it, I'm planning on doing an unboxing video on it and putting together and seeing if it works video type thing. Be fun. Frameworks is an interesting company in that they create a easy to fix repair. Matter of fact, I bought the do-it-yourself kit, so to speak. And so it'll come in parts, so I got to put it together, and it should be fun, I think. So I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, at any rate, it's some to look forward to because I got that. And actually, this is a good segue into what I was going to talk about next. But yeah, I went into I found out about it by looking at Linus Tech Tips video on framework. He's so impressed by it that he became invested in the company itself to give him money to help him out. He explained on his video his whole reasoning for all that, but at any rate, he partnered with him. He's actually investing in the company by $200,000. Oh, I think it's 200,000, something like that. He said. I can't remember what he said, but anyway, exactly at least. At any rate, he's yeah, I learned about it from him, and I looked at the website and all that kind of stuff, and I dreamed of one day owning a framework laptop. That's going to come true. Exciting. But I'm not getting the NVIDIA driver on it because sometimes those just create more problems than they help solve with Windows. I mean, with Linux drivers and stuff like that. So I'm just getting the regular integrated graphics, which is actually, from what I read, pretty good. It's like one person likened it to a MX 250, I think, driver. Yeah. So exciting, huh? I'm looking forward to that and getting that computer and doing an unboxing video and all that kind of stuff. That'll be my first unboxing video I've ever done, actually. So put it together video. Be interesting to just watch me fumble around, try to figure out, what does this do? How does this work? Actually, I've dug around in computers a lot more, but I actually transplanted a hard drive from one laptop to another. So not that difficult, really. Unless some will make it. That's the thing, though. Some computers made like this Acer over here. They used to make computers like real nicer, easier to work on and stuff like that. I mean, look, here's a battery. You pop this and push this strap thing here, like that, and it'll pop out the battery. You unlock it first right here. You pop this little pop battery out, and that's how you use to change the battery. It just pops out and put a new one in. You kind of need a new one. This one's shot. It's the original battery in it. And also, they have 2 screws here. And when you open up this panel here, it accesses the it's this panel. It accesses the memory and something else. I think maybe the hard drive. So you can change the hard drive, you can change the memory right through here just by moving these 2 screws. We don't make them this way anymore, hardly. My this laptop here, this one I got. You can work on it, but you have to pry it apart with something like a knife or the tool that they use to pry them apart on. I've gone in this one and changed out and added some stuff to it, but yeah, so they used to make them more flexible and easier to work with and repair back in the older days, apparently. Now they're all into, with Apple especially, they're all into just working on putting it all together so that you can't really even glue it together according to some places. And so you have to unglue it somehow in order to get into it. You can't really operate. Some of them are not just made not to repair. If one little thing goes wrong there, you have to trunk the whole thing and go get another one. Because that's what they want you to do, because they sell them that way. Yeah. Hey, if anybody's out there listening, it'd be nice to see something else pop up. I don't know if maybe my stream is still cooking or what, but I'm assuming it is. I'm assuming somebody's going to talk to me. Otherwise, I'll spend another hour chatting away and find out that nothing recorded or something like that. So, yeah. So let's see. This is almost done. It's running. It's configuring bootloader. That's one of the last steps it has to do. So yeah, it's almost done installing. So anyway, there's Linus Tech Tips I'll watch that on. Now Linus Tech Tips, as you know, has been doing these videos for gaming, Linux gaming challenge that they have going. They did 2 videos, 1 and 2, and both times there's a lot of issues they ran across and had problems with. I can boil all this down into 2 reasons why you're seeing a lot of problems with Linus Tech Tips videos. One, because they're trying to generate views, for one thing, and who wants to go on there and see everything work perfectly except for people who run Linux, you know? So, yeah, that's one thing. If you have these issues and problems, people are going to watch more and go, look, they generate a lot more views by that than if they had just been, hey, look, it works nice, where everything works perfectly on the system, that kind of thing. Second reason, because they're expecting, they set up this way, I think, they're expecting it to work like Windows. So they have Windows software, hardware that works on Windows, but it doesn't work on Linux. They're trying to force it to work on Linux. It won't work that way. And have Linux hardware that works on Linux. If they did it right, they probably could have they probably wouldn't have had all the issues they had with this that they had. But anyway, that's in here and there. See, configuring Linux modules. Okay, it's configuring your kernels. And it's looks like it's almost done. So we need to go see what we got in the box. Anybody out there? Anybody out there? So Almost done, almost done. It's getting close, getting close, getting close. Yeah, so I think that's part of the reason why you had all those issues and problems on Linus Tech Tips videos. Because he one is partly, I say partly because I think he's smart enough, he knows that it's going to happen. You're going to run into these problems. And partly by design that they do it this way. If they didn't, then they would probably go lose your go. Oh, I think we'll watch something else. They know how to do videos that attract attention, with what you want on that kind of thing. Because they knew that if they used Windows stuff and Windows, it worked on Windows, and they would have known enough that they didn't work on Linux. The simple Google search probably revealed that. Then, you know, they knew it probably wouldn't work on Linux, or you had to do all this weird thing where they put Windows in a virtual machine, they pass drivers through that and to get it to work in Linux somehow. It isn't any kind of a. Anyway, still installing the kernels and stuff like that. I think it's almost done. It's copying installation logs now. Hey, there you go. Now it says restart or continue testing by using this live version. Restart it. And the first thing I'm going to do when I get back up is I'm going to make the screen bigger so it matches. It'll match screen size better. Do the full gamut of stuff. Right. Now we're going to bring up the Linux Lite or new Linux Lite distribution. Distro installed. See what we got here. Yeah, it's interesting, you know. Yeah, I think this was one that there's two ways I can do it graphically, or I can do it textually on the terminal. Which one should I do? You got any preferences? Do whatever you want, Rick. Why are you asking us this question? Go to this dialog on startup. No. Close this out. Now, first thing you do is run a update in here, but yeah, I try to get away without doing that because of that. But anyway, my wife doesn't know about workspaces. I showed her and she's like, "What? What are those for? What do you have to do that?" So yeah, and you're able to see. We'll use the graphical interface so you can see it. Okay, desktop settings, wallpaper. Yeah, this which I prefer, better Horizon type things like that. I like, I'm not sure what this is, a car or something. BMW it says. Looks like it's got weird things on it. Oh, it's got doors open. Okay, that makes sense. But so they give us their role does. Okay. It does have a search function on here, so we'll first go and look at what are we on? Oh yeah. Okay. This guy's at 1040 by 768, which is not our standard. That's this always fine. Configuration. Close. And we've got a full screen of that. Now it's got some nice backgrounds on here, pretty much. It's also got a lot of the feather backgrounds on there as well. Roses is on there when I show the computer. This is a BMW apparently. Fancy one. But the doors open up weirdly. I forget what that was from the old graphic thumbnail, but yeah. It's pretty slick. So yeah, let's see, you got Firefox. Let's do this first before we get into all that. Go to terminal. And I think this doesn't have HTOP installed. No, it does. Blow me away. Okay, so you see we're using 626 megabytes of data, 2 gigabytes of about a quarter of our memory being used. And yeah, so that's pretty good. Yeah, I got 2 cores here. 4 cores, excuse me, 4 cores. So that's the memory on it. About a quarter of the memory, 600 and some megabyte gigs. Yeah. And we need to now let's see what we got here. Got system. They're all the standard system type thing, figure printer, process viewer, system information, system log, system restore utility, test manager, terminal emulator. Now let's chase that. Now you kinda got these arranged a little bit differently than what I'm used to, but all the things pretty much there. So let me look at this package manager, don't we? I think now one thing you find out about this is that program, you don't get the program names, you get what they do here. So there's a way to change that in the configuration or something or whatever, but yeah, so you're looking for like package managers, whatever XFC uses or package manager, which probably I'm assuming it would be Synoptics, probably. System information. It tells you RAM, which is 2 gigs, AMD processor, which is my processor, 2 cores, 4 threads, Linux Lite system, motherboard, each one of where we're on, graphics, using Pipewire, interesting, or not Pipewire, but LLVM pipe. LLVM. And it's got the storage, printers. Detect my printer. Probably not. Yeah, my retirement card would be nice, wouldn't it? BMW Select. So we got HTML audio, yeah. So got all that. That's kind of what's on this computer. And yeah, it's got a control panel, which is kind of nice. That's for Windows users to get used to. Yeah, so it's helpful. I guess I don't know why they don't do that more on Linux. Just call it control panel. Of course, I don't know if they call it control panel in modern Windows 10. I don't think. I think they lost control panel when I'm not sure exactly what the last distro he used. I was on XP and it was probably on 7. Maybe he's on 8.2, I don't remember, but again, I don't know if it's there. I'll probably have some kind of anyway. Yeah, let's just take a peek at this. It's got a lot of stuff in here. Personal about me, you don't want to know about me, so go there. Appearance, desktop, file manager settings, notifications, panel, workspaces, window manager tweaks, window manager, screensaver, Word applications, hardware profile display, keyboard, mouse and touchpad, power manager, removable drives me, and then you got system accessibility, Light DM, Light auto login, or you can change that if you want to. Open eyes, open eyes, open eyes. Light desktop, light info, light network shares, light upgrade, tweaks. Yeah, if I remember right, this is like you want to upgrade your light system to the next version at some point, you can click there. Light system core, light sources, light sound, light software, light user manager, so on and so forth. You read light widget. Yeah, actually, I think I tried this out to see what it was, and it's like a funky type thing on the right side, if I'm right. I just enable it. Widget has been enabled. There it is. You got your CPU usage, your memory usage, all that stuff there. It's nice. Looks better, nicer than clunky actually. Yeah. Login as LGG and the firewall status disabled. Anybody can come in my system, do whatever they want. Not really. Disable that. And sessions and startup. And yeah, your other Bluetooth adapters, firewall configuration, setting editors. Yeah, so it's nice collection of apps and stuff to do that. Okay, so then we got Office, which has your, see, that's LibreOffice there, you know, and say it, that's what I'm saying. Instead of showing you what the name of it is, they show you what it does. What it does, word processor, LibreWriter, Office Writer. Multimedia, so you can't tell what you got here exactly what programs are being used for these things. It doesn't tell you initially unless you click on it. Volume control, that's going to be the tab control. Internet, obviously from icon you can tell it's Firefox and Thunderbird there. And support network connections. Graphics, they got a document scanner, image editor, which looks like GIMP, I guess. Paint and photo manager. Accessories. Text editor, screenshot, fonts, file search, calculator, backups, archive manager, application finder. Application finder is kind of cool because it kind of acts like, sort of like, not exactly like, but sort of like the Cosmic desktop thing that pops up. You hit the window key. Now you can do the same things by hitting window key on here, pops up and type in the search bar and hit it like I did earlier. I need to get some water in my throat. My throat's not going very good right now. Hold on a sec. Maybe you can hear me better this way. I get all my crud out of my throat. Anyway, you have all this stuff here. Screenshot text editor, that's accessories right there. Where am I on what? Oh, there. Yeah, accessories. Settings. There's what we just looked at. Which basically is everything pretty much in your control panel thing up there. My computer application received. So yeah, cool. Yeah, it's pretty easy. I like the menu alright, other than I would like to know about my programs that are on there, but you can guess from the screenshot most of what they are. But anyway, yeah, you go here. It would be about Firefox being an older version. Even on this newer computer, virtual machine. Not now, not now. I'm going to do something else. Very much. Your assistance. Okay. It's Firefox for Ubuntu Knauf 1.0. And this works as far as she's been able to watch videos and stuff like that. And I even watched a long video on it without it killing over. No problems with it. So that seems to work in that regard. So yeah. Alrighty. Let's see. What else we look at here? Desktop. Yeah, let's look at the panel down here. We have what's currently cooking. So yeah, got feathers. Got this, which is probably what I'd use mostly if I was using this my daily driver on the regular computer. Either that or a nature backdrop like this is. Oh, yeah. Alright, how you like that? That's for the beer lover, it is. Linux Lite, a true Linux distro. Cute. There's your more scenic. Misty Mountains. So your beer lover. Yeah, every day. I'm not sure why I'm on this one. I have my wife on. Looks nice, huh? Yeah, I tell you a little story about that. She named one of our kids Rose, is one that died before I was born, and she named it Rose. She was a she. She don't know if it's a he or she, but yeah. It was a tough time, so there's sparkler. Strawberries. This scenic view, and this scenic view, and this scenic view. Pretty nice, huh? See, I'm going to go with, let's go with this for now. So yeah, that's pretty much it on that. Yeah, I think anything else I wanted to show you about this distro. Yeah, it's panel maybe. Yeah, I did that earlier actually. Now it's a little confusing because you got properties or anything. So it just gives you a bare bones thing. You make it transparent, or you can make it separator, handle, dot. Oh, I see. That's talking about not the panel itself, that's about the appearance of the separators in there. In this, you need more separators in between the individuals. thing. Your handles. Dot. That should be the changing exactly. Maybe you can contract it if you wanted to. Like if you wanted to put it in the middle, make a dock out of it. Yeah. Let's try to do that, but I think I tried it on one thing before. I'm going to put it back up here. Really. And so we have this dot. And then, but how you add it to how you actually add it to panel is you gotta go here. And you gotta hit this panel thing, you go up here. And you go to panel preferences. Give a little bit more on it. Panel 1, which is that only panel we got here, you display appearance or items. So I was wanting to basically do, oh yeah, I was wanting to make sure it stayed up. And there's that, you throw it, take stuff off, Anyway. I don't know where I had it, but yeah, here you make it certain number of rows, you increase the size limit. And looking for someone here that I thought I had. Because one of the things is where I was looking for where you intelligently hide. I think it's set for intelligence, so let me see. Basically, if you go down here, let's get a program up. Let's just do the now if you do maximize, okay, it's not set to on here. It is on my wife's computer. I don't know what the difference is. Anyway, on my wife's computer, it's set to where it disappears when you went on maximize or full screen on an item. But I found the spot where you change it where the preferences, but I don't know where it's at now. It apparently doesn't have it. So, there you go, apparently. Not sure why this one doesn't have the same ISO, so I don't know why it installed one thing in there. It had option, but not there. I have something to do with being a virtual machine, though, probably, along those lines. Okie dokie. So, that is Linux Lite. Pretty cool distro overall. And it's a good Windows version. Not a Windows version, but a Windows-ish version of Linux. It's easier for some people to come into from Windows as their first distro. Good transition distro, maybe in a good stay here and enjoy your time distro. Well, the thing is, if you probably some applications we want a more modern web browser, maybe the only issue. So yeah, I want to consider that. In some places probably need a more modern version of Firefox, so what that that one is. And I wonder if there's ways that I'm just, bear with me for a minute. I'm going to talk among yourselves or something. I'm going to see if I can find the way to do show you my process for looking for these things. I go to Google like every good programmer does. And that's where you drop most of your stuff. So we're going to look for install. Some of them, I think, some people may want to need or need a more modern version. Maybe they're on a newer computer, so they want to use a not more modern version of it. They could install a test computer over here that I've got at some point and see if it installs a more modern version of Firefox OS, because it may just default to 1.0 in there. Okay. Oh, 32-bit, that's probably why it works better. Okay, nothing here. Another option, I wonder if I installed, like, I installed in here. Let's see, this is Debian based system. So I use apt, sudo apt, update. So that, I do that first. Steve says shows up or he would beat me up. Hello. Hey, hi Leviticus, how you doing? Yeah, we just looked at Linux Lite. Linux Lite. I'm trying to see if there's a way to go 178. I don't want to bother y'all with watching the updated system because you already seen that 1,000 times before, I'm sure. I'm going to sudo apt install Chromium and see what version of Chromium it puts on here. No installation candy for Chromium. The Chromium browser. Yes, it is. Snapd version actually. But it should be pretty modern actually. Alright, we'll see what we get. So, yeah, I think I remember that. This installs snapds, but I use snaps to install a lot of programs on here. Interesting, huh? Only Chromium Snap. Install snaps first, now it's going to install the Chromium version of snaps. Yeah, it's even getting slow here. DVD values. Okay. Interesting. Never seen you do this before. Wait 5 minutes after. Oh, I remember doing this before. Yeah, it's filled with Wolfland Builder. Yeah, I think you're the one that mentioned that and did it to me before. Because for somebody did over on the on BDLL, and yeah, I'm not familiar with Wolfland Builder. Matter of fact, I thought it was a L was a typo or something there. Called Wolfland Builder. I read it first up, but then I saw maybe that was supposed to be there, so I did a search. Yeah, the Wolfland Builder, not Wolfland Builder. I had some website for a building company when I put in Wolfland Builder. So yeah, Levitic says it was me. Yeah. I'm not familiar. I've never built a distro before, so I don't know that much about building distros per se. Yeah, branch of remaster system PE builder. PUE builder. Not sure exactly how you pronounce that. Somebody's up. Hope it's somebody's up, not somebody's breaking into our house. But anyway, I'm gonna close this out. I'm not sure I'd open this up. I gotta wait for it to finish. Yeah, I remember I did this trying to install Snap on the floor on her computer. I tried to install Chromium on there too. And it just sat there and well now it's still running. Finishing up, yay. Yeah, but I didn't wait long enough for some apparently on the old computer. It just kind of it's what we got on here. You probably have to log out and log back in to see it. And log out, log back in, see if we can see it. Yeah. There's Chrome browser, each other the graphic. The single web browser, but that's Firefox coding. The way you tell its programs are is by graphics. Not sure I care for that much. I mean, it's helpful, I guess, for somebody new to computers and just wants to do any web browser will do. Now, I'm not sure what the current version of Chromium is. Chromium. Okay, it's version 96.4664. It's pretty recent, I think, if I remember right. And I guess if you wanted a more recent version of the Fire, if you had some of the program or something you wanted to open up in the more recent, more modern version of browser, you can use Chromium or Chrome or one of those options, as opposed to Firefox 1.0. Yeah, so that's how you get around that little problem, I guess, at times. So yeah, also one of the reasons I mentioned this to Steve and and explore when you were here in Leviticus. But I'm getting a new framework laptop. I think I'm into that on BDLL, but yeah, I'm going to do an unboxing video when I get it in, a put it together video. But because it's almost twice the power of this CPU, which is the only thing holding back from doing more Zoom meetings on this. Yeah, whenever I tested out my son, we were on there doing Zoom meetings on OBS going and on the stream, and it worked for the most part, but it was kind of a little laggy and buggy. The CPU was maxing out a lot, so yeah. I'm hoping this new framework laptop, which has a better CPU on it, I say almost twice the power of it, will do pretty good with it. And I can do more live stream. I can do more Zoom meetings on live streams, stuff like that. So, yeah. Let's see, what else do we have for us today? I think I talked about everything I want to talk about. You have anything you want to talk about? No, it's hard if you aren't on Zoom or something to talk about on just texting stuff, but yeah, I think that's about all I got on it. It's been about an hour and 19 minutes since I've started. I want to thank everybody for showing up, Steve and Explorer and Leviticus. And Peter's probably still recuperating. Yeah. So, from all the problems he had with getting. Actually, I think as he gets close to Christmas, he's going to have more to do in that regard. Maybe not as hectic as it was right before Thanksgiving, but he'll probably have more to do in that regard as far as Christmas dinners, stuff like that. But I know food banks tend to be pretty busy around Thanksgiving, so maybe not as busy around Christmas or something like that. We'll see, I guess. Anyway, thanks everybody for showing up, and unless somebody else has something to add to the discussion or something else you want me to look at on here that I forgot or didn't think to look at. Steve, especially you know what's on this distro, so maybe there's something special you think about distro that you want to use. Oh, I've done one thing I didn't look at. I don't know if you look at. Pretty sure it's Synaptic. All it says in here. Package manager. I think it's probably Synaptic if I'm not mistaken. Yep, Synaptic Package Manager. Everybody here knows that is probably. Yeah, it's pretty easy package manager. You search and yeah, search box over there, the far right upper stuff up there. And you just search on packages you wanted to do. I had search on Chrome. And it probably pull up Chromium or something like that. And there's Chromium's thing. Now, 50 browser. And no shell extensions. Anyway, a lot of the bad things include a lot of libraries in here. If you need to get a library, it's helpful, but most people don't have a clue what those are. Yeah. We'll go over this because this is software that everybody uses, probably. A lot of people use. If you know, I usually just use Terminal myself, but I've used that when I was on Ubuntu a long time ago. That's what I used predominantly to install applications with the time, because I was used to graphical user interfaces. It was nice. I figured it out and worked it out. Did pretty good with it, I think. But yeah, so file manager should be Thunar. If this is a true XFC, let's install something different on it. Yeah, it looks Thunarish to me. Thunar. Yeah. 1.8.14. Thunar is pretty decent. Matter of fact, that's what I have installed on my OS window manager, and I use Thunar on that all the time because it's like a it had a lot of functionality, but it's not Nemo, but it's functional, and it's pretty good actually. Dolphin has its drawbacks. What I don't like about Dolphin, the only thing I really don't like about Dolphin, when you copy a file, you paste it in the terminal, but it has file colon in front of it, and backslash, those kind of things. So that you have to go there and remove all that stuff before you can hit it. Or whereas on Thunar and Nemo and stuff like that, you just hit paste it in like /home/ so on, so on, so on, and then it goes on. So nobody has anything else to talk about, I guess we'll shut her down and call it a day, huh? A week, actually, for me. So yeah, we'll do this again next week, and we'll find a good distro to look at if we want to look at distro, or maybe I'll get my framework laptop in and I'll do an unboxing for live stream or something. Well, I'm probably going to do a real video for this because I need to have somebody with a camera follow me around and that kind of stuff. You can't do that with a webcam very easy. So yeah, I'll probably have my wife follow me around. The only thing is I gotta edit the video quality so it's louder than it is on here, because I have the gain really cranked up on this puppy so you can hear me better. Anyway, with that, I guess we'll call it a day. Thank y'all for coming, and we'll see you next time. May the Linux Force be with you. Bye.